We're starting with Ezra Hashem Simon Kuf Lamed Tes and Vayoel Moshe, and this is a continuation of what he said at the end of the last simon, that the success of the Tzionim is only temporary, and who knows what's going to happen in the end. And it's dangerous to think, to imagine what could come out of it. He says like this: Ukvar He Vesi, I already brought down Mashem Mavur Begemara al Ben Koziva Shechachamim Katru. That the story of Ben Koziva, he was a false Mashiach, and he tried to bring a Jewish kingdom 50 years after the Churban Beis Hamikdash, and in the end, it says in the Gemara in Sanhedrin Tzad Gimel, it says the Chachamim checked him to see if he was Mashiach, and they checked if he could be, paskin based on the sense of smell, and since they saw that he couldn't, katluhu, they killed him. Okay, so now ubeinim ha'iyeh hapirish kivshutai, whether we're going to learn killed him literally, kamasha kasvu a kesef mishnah v'alechem mishnah. Shechazal katlu mamash. You know that in the Rambam, Malachim Perikid Aleph, the Rambam brings a raya from Ben Koziva that Mashiach doesn't have to do nisim, right? The Ravid asks on the Rambam from Ben Koziva that you see that the Chazal checked him to see if he's able to do this nace of Moirech V'dayin. So the Kesef Mishnah Lechem Mishnah said, yeah, but the Rambam was relying on the Yerushalmi, and he held the Machlokes, the Yerushalmi and the Bavli, that the Yerushalmi and the Medrash, by the way, also hold that Ben Koziva was possible to be Mashiach. Rabbi Kiva said he was Mashiach, and that's because they held that there was no such thing as this test of smell. And the Bavli that held the test of smell, the Bavli said that they killed him. Yeah. So that's how the Kesef Mishnah Lechem Mishnah learned. And the Rebbe already asked on them before that they obviously didn't see the Rambam's other writings, because the Rambam in Igeres Teiman himself says this thing about Moirech V'dayin.
But the Rambam was to write short before. The Rambam wrote short. That's why he didn't write it.
Good, but the problem is that if they would have seen that, they would have realized that the Rambam doesn't argue on the Ravid. He agrees that he has to be Moirech V'dayin. Nor the Pshat is, so how does it stem with this thing about they killed him? So that he says the Radvaz. Take a look. Ubeinim yiyah pirish kedas. Before that, I didn't read that. The Lechem Mishnah says that the Machlokes is the Gemara and the Medrash. That it's not shot that they really killed him. They paskin that he was chayav misa. And that's why he was killed by the nations, by the Romans. Really, he was killed by a snake. And the whole story there in the Yerushalmi. Now. And therefore there's no machlokes. In other words, originally Chazal believed in him. Rabbi Kiva, other people believed in him. Then they checked him to see if he was Moirech V'dayin. He wasn't Moirech V'dayin. So then they said, okay, he's Chayav Misa. Once he was Chayav Misa, then the snake killed him. So Al Kopanim, whether or not you learn that they killed him literally, but the everybody agrees at least that the Chachamim wanted him killed. Whether they actually killed him or they wanted him killed, but they for sure wanted him killed. The Kasu of Barbanel, the Sifra Yeshuas Meshichai, the Barbanel in his sefer there, which is a sefer against really the Christians who bring proofs from the Torah and the Medrash to their Shittas. So this sefer Yeshuas Meshichai Perak Revi Shesipur Ben Koziva. Ben Koziva is the prototype for a false Mashiach, that he brings a lot of proofs from there, and he says this story of Ben Koziva is really who katzer etzleinu me'oid. It's really a short story by us in the Gemara.
But do you remember in Spain?
Yeah.
So he was protesting against the.
He wrote a sefer against these Mishumadim, these Jewish Christians who brought proofs from the Torah and then the Medrash.
But Spain back then was Islam.
But Barbanel himself,
not in the Barbanel's time. The Barbanel's time was Christian.
Because in 1492 that was being Christianized.
Barbanel himself brings proof. Sometimes we'll quote like Galachim.
Yeah,
he had a special.
Anyway, so the Barbanel says that the story of Ben Koziva was very short in the Gemara. We don't have all the details. The Talmud and the Midrashim. The Talmud and the Midrashim only have a very short version of the story. If you want to know the full story, you look in the Roman history books. Ra Dvarim Rabim. The Barbanel says, I saw many amazing stories.
A lot of them aren't even true. Like the basic picture, but a lot of them aren't even true.
Okay, but Milchamoisav, about his wars, Uvigvuras Liboy Al Hoivim, and the mightiness of his heart, the courage of his heart against the enemies. The Shehu Halach La Alexandria Shal Mitzrayim, that Ben Koziva went down to Alexandria. The Ostan the Kama Gedoyla Be'Achloisei Roimi, and he fought a big battle against the Romans there. Shahayusham, And his movement spread throughout the whole Egypt and the whole Babylonia. Nobody could stand up against him. Wherever he went, he would kill a lot of the enemies without mercy, and nobody could stop him. The Romans tell great stories about him. Yuri and Sham. So you see, this false Mashiach was a benefit to the Jewish people. He helped them out a lot, right? He defeated the enemies. And he saved them from the enemies. He stood up against the enemies. But then, in the Gemara in Sanhedrin, after he was killed, then the Yerushalmi tells what happened after that. Then the Romans took their revenge out against the Jews, and they came into the city of Beitar and they killed a lot of people. Even more people than were killed during the Churban.
Wow.
The Gemara says there, the Yerushalmi says, at that time the pride of Klal Yisrael was knocked down. And it won't come back until Mashiach comes. Now this shtickle here about the pride of Israel being knocked down, that's really a rush. The rush in Hilchos Birkas Hamazon by the bracha Revis, the bracha of Hatoiv HaMeitiv. Yeah. So the rush brings down this lashon. We don't have it in the Yerushalmi by us. By us, the Yerushalmi just says it Lagabe, a different war. It doesn't say it about Ben Koziva. But in any case, V'imkein haya harigas Ben Koziva sakana gedola v'atzuma l'klal Yisrael. This fact that Ben Koziva was killed created a great danger for Klal Yisrael. Shagaram Hereg Rab, it caused this whole defeat in the war. The kasha, so then we have a big kasha here. Lama asu zeh Chazal l'hargay. So why then did Chazal kill him? He's a false Mashiach and he's chayav misa, let's say. But still, if you're going to kill him, you see they're going to lose the battle with the Romans, and this terrible thing is going to happen. So let him continue fighting, and at least the Jews will be safe. Yeah. The kasha l'chayr lama asu zeh Chazal l'hargay. Halohem Chazal yadu akol b'ruach hakadsham. Chazal with their ruach hakodesh for sure knew what was going to happen if they killed him. The gam b'derech hateva haya move on. Even without ruach hakodesh, you could figure it out. Just naturally speaking, he's been terrorizing the Romans for all these years. Obviously, the Romans are not going to just let them all off the hook right so easily, right? So he says, since he was such a strong fighter against Rome, the kolkach asan nekama b'sayne Israel, he did so much against the enemies. There's a big sakana of the revenge of the enemies, and that's taka what happened. So why did Chazal do this? It's not for nothing. It must be since they saw that Ben Koziva is not Mashiach, they saw that being a king and having a Jewish kingdom, a Jewish state before the time shall be as a Mashiach is sakana gedola of the Klal Yisrael. It's a great sakana. If not now, it's a sakana later. It's going to be a sakana of the Klal Yisrael. Who knows what would happen further if they allowed him to continue ruling?
So it shows you
if his kingdom would continue later. That's why they chose the lesser of the two evils, and they had Ben Koziva executed, the Hargai, to stop his kingdom. They saw that was the lesser of the evils. That was the smaller.
That shows you if you give up the state to the Arabs, it's a similar Ben Koziva. Chazal were not concerned what Romans might kill Jews out. Kill Ben Koziva.
Okay, so therefore,
that's what it shows you.
This is his point now. Someone who thinks about this story in truth and honesty, you can see from this story how far this danger of a Jewish state goes. That it's a very great danger. So this goes back. Let me just say the rest of it.
Proves to don't be afraid to give the land back to the Arabs. You can't kill Ben Koziva, despite the danger that will come as a result.
Despite the danger.
That's
his point here. So I think this really explains something that was discussed earlier in the Sefer. In Simon Chaf, he first brought down the Maharal. The Maharal says that being over on the Shalosh Shvuos is a Harg Val Yavor. So in the Sefer, he discussed at length, well, like what was the teretz, how you explain either only 3 averos, right? There's only 3 averos there. So what's pshat? There's another avero here the Maharal's adding on. So the Rebbe's pshat was that it's kfira, and kfira is similar to avodah zara, and ayin sham barichas, siman ayin ches, ayin tes, and all these simanim, right?
Yeah.
Now, but according to what we're saying here, I think the teretz could be very simple. That the Maharal is not saying anything about Yehar Val Yavor really. The Maharal is more saying a different void, that it's more dangerous to be over on the Shalosh Shvuos than not to be. So therefore, you think you're going to be over on an Aveir. Let's say you're Mechal Shabbos to save a cholim. You know you're Mechal Shabbos now, but you'll save his life, right? But over here, what are you going to do? You think that you're going to be over on the Shalosh Shvuos to save Jews' lives, but you're going to really put Jews in more danger by doing it. Because like the Maharal says over there also, he says that any shinui in these things is like sakana gedola. So to change from the what Hashem commanded is a sakana gedola. So that's a bigger sakana. That's what the Rebbe means in this.
Just to add to this, Bar Kochva was miraculous.